as of a week and a half ago or so. So, been on another, I don't know, another 3 meetings and met some people out in the field last Wednesday over on the coast.
Okay, so can I just interject with a note? Do you remember when you got the last promotion and I said, BMan, now in about 6 months or so, when they UT your ass and you're over this whole district here, I don't want to tell you that that's how things are going to go. Do you recall this conversation that we had? Because if not, I actually have it on a podcast, so I can roll that footage back if you would like for me to do so. I'm merely, did you see the fact that my predictions are somewhere between Nostradamus and baby Jesus in the accuracy range? So like pretty much at this point, I should just be keeping a record of everything that comes out of my mouth, because damn it, I am good. I really am. So anyway, now that you're the boss of everyone everywhere, what does that mean for you, Mr. G?
Well, it means that I will. Well, I was already planning on moving regardless. What maybe the location may be a little further west than what I had planned, because initially I was thinking like somewhere Sacramento area, but with most of the people that I'm over on the coast, may move a little further west.
Right. I thought prior you had been talking about being, I guess, a little closer to LA. But I'm not sure if you were talking about that before or after this last promotion. But I'm not real familiar with Sacramento. It's better than Militiaville, right? Like we're not doing the crazy cult shit there, correct?
Well, I mean, it's a real city, I guess. Plus, I mean,
what?
where I got family and all. But I mean, the only reason I'm still living in Redding is because of when I first moved down there. That's where the work was. I was in that same county, or a couple of counties, and it's cheaper.
Sure.
I mean, no beating around that. But yeah, I mean, I've got no reason to live up there anymore.
Okay.
So yeah, the plans to move were already in motion, but it probably will be a little further west than Sacramento, which is fine.
Okay.
That's still in the early stages. I'm still start looking around and everything. That's kind of the short future plan there.
So, okay, when you say short future plan, like what are you looking at as far as a timeline? Are we talking 6 months? Are we talking 18 months? Are we talking, 32 months with the option to purchase after the lease? What are we doing? You know what I'm saying?
I'll probably say maybe like 6 months, I'd say.
Okay, so you're still basically gypsy at this point.
That's been the life.
Yep. And you know what? Listen, I loved living that way. I really did. And if it were not for dogs, I would still be living that way. I'll tell you this, I left a bar shift one night, okay? Had a homeboy that was in Memphis, right? We had been talking on the phone, and he was like, oh man, you know what would be cool? You should come up here and check out blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, all right, cool. Well, I get off at 3, so I guess I'll see you sometime around noon, and just, that was it. I got in the car. I went to Memphis, like there's a freedom that is better than other freedom. just to be able to pick up and go when you want to pick up and go, and I, I'm always going to be one of those people that you ain't never finna tell me I can't go, because if I want to go, I'm going to go. Like, you ain't finna, no, no, I'm not finna sit down over here and stay a while, kick my feet up, none of that shit. No, I'm not planting no plants. I'm not, no, bitch, I gotta go. I gotta go, so, even though I do have some hibiscus now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I they're my favorite. So, uh, whatever. I'll rip it out the ground if I got to, I guess. Anyway, so what else is up with the nougat news in your world? Tell me all about it.
Well, let's see. Uh, yeah, that's like the main thing. Um, well, I mean, my sister's wedding is creeping ever closer. So
Yeah,
it's
it is.
towards the end of October now. So we're talking
4 months.
yeah, about 4 months out now. So
Yep.
looking forward to that. Looking forward to going home for a little bit.
Is she getting, antsy, ants in her pants?
Not too much yet. I think it gets a little closer. She'll get a little more like that. But right now, it's just kind of still mainly excitement. So.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's always a nice scenario. Having something like that to look forward to is always a great scenario. Um, I've had a couple weddings myself. In case in case you didn't remember, I, I I've had the pleasure of being married a few times myself. So, I do remember, the excitement that went along with it, and also that I felt the same way in the divorce court. So there was a great deal of excitement on that end of it as well. So it was almost like a daily double for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I really just got maximum happiness the entire way through. So, um, so there's your answer on that. But anyway, so here's my nougat news. Okay. Have you been keeping up with the recent uh, development from Fuckboyville?
Saw some. I think it was just one screenshot from one of the posts.
Listen here. Okay, look, I'm not gonna say that they're acting up over in Fuckboyville, but I don't know what's going on. They really are. It's like how in Jurassic Park, when the Velociraptors they realize that the shit is not electrified anymore and shit's about to go down.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what I feel like is happening over in Fuckboyville right now. Like, somebody has pissed on the fence and not gotten shocked. Is basically what is taking place right now, Brian. I'm concerned for everyone involved. I feel like somebody is going to end up hid in some cabinets and discovered by some sort of snake-eyed reptile. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not comfortable with the level of fuckboying that's happening outside of Fuckboyville limits. They're creeping. They're creeping out. They're creeping out. They're getting in the DMs. They going ham over there, Brian. They're going ham, and I'm not sure what the reasons are behind it, but I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I feel like everybody should be returned to their cage.
Well, that raises a few questions. Then I think you.
Oh Lord, have mercy. Go on.
So, first one is what prompted this resurgence with this,
Check
lack
this
of a
out.
better term, gentleman. But yeah,
Uh-huh.
what brought this new
The drunk,
communication about?
the drunk bitch. Okay, the drunk bitch that he, you know, was dicking around on me with, um, apparently this drunk bitch has taken it all the way down to Drunkety Drunkville with her drunk ass, and she assaulted him, first of all. Um, oh, my baby Jesus. A whole variety of drunk ass stupidity has taken place over in Fuckboyville. Okay, that's neither here nor there. But this is what prompted it. She left him. Okay, now what did I say not 2 days ago? Guarantee you, she's to the hairdresser. She's down to her sister's house. She, I don't care. She's somewhere, and he's had a few because this is exactly how this shit happened. And there it is. So apparently she took off and left, but left all of her damn belongings. Okay, so he Jesus Christ. So he's telling me as he is I guess moving her shit out to the shed, he's sending me messages, um to which you saw the screenshot of the I don't know what you want me to do. Apparently you think I'm just going to trip all over myself and start pining away for you, but that shit ain't happening. You know, um, it's really funny to me though that after, I mean, how many years has this been now? We're literally going on 5 years, Brian. 5 years. Like, what? What about me says to you, you know what? I bet April ain't doing shit after 5 years. I bet you that bitch still sitting to the house doing not a fucking thing. Let me go on and just call and verify that.
So before this, when
Yep.
when was the last time that he had communicated with you?
5 years.
5 years.
Oh,
Okay, so
now he has attempted. He has attempted several times. Okay, but I got that whole fancy block shit happening. So I've been putting the squash on that shit like as quick as it hits. But like I don't even fucking
so
know.
what
Like
made you respond to his messages now?
I think what it was morbid curiosity, because I had just not okay. Sherrod McGrady, Tracy McGrady's little brother, okay, is is the king of the fuck boys, BFF. Okay. Sherrod McGrady and I are also cool. We've been cool since we was yay high. Okay. So I saw something um on Sherrod's social media maybe a week ago, maybe two. I think it was one of those memories that pops up, and it was of all of them in Vegas. And so, me being a nosy bitch, I click on the little picture or whatever, and I see this drunk bitch, and I'm just like, ooh, this drunk bitch is a hot fucking mess. Like, look at this sloppy whore. Like, this is terrible, And then I'm like, I haven't heard anything from the king of the fuckboys in at least 3 months. That's concerning me because typically every 30 days, him and his drunk bitch done gone at it, and he's whatever, you know what I'm saying, lamenting about it. So sure enough, I go and look, and like you can always tell when he's going through it with whoever it is that he's with because he will be posting at odd hours of the day and night. He will be, you know what I mean? Because he is shopping, basically, for lack of a better term, he's shopping for the next one, uh, so I kind of had an inkling, that it was, that it had gone awry. so, um, so when he sent me the I'm single message, and then I just lost my shit then. I was like, okay, what the fuck do you want? A round of fucking applause? Like I just typically I'd be like, okay. or like hit block and just be done with it. But it just pissed me off. You know, I was just like, you know what? Fuck you. Like, I can sort through your little fucking word soup you got going on here. Bitch, I see what you're doing. And sure enough, he hit me with that I'm single. Ooh, Brian, I was gritting my teeth. I said, this motherfucker right here now, predictable as shit, first of all. Secondarily, predictable as shit, okay? Anyway.
Are you not concerned that you responding will make him think that there is a possibility?
Man, I wish he would think there's a possibility around this bitch, okay? I wish he would. Because check this out. I spent like 15 years thinking there was a fucking possibility he was going to stop sticking his dick in everything that moved all the way through these 4 or 5 zip codes, but it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So, I
Well, I'm
mean,
not talking about you.
I
I'm
kind
talking.
of.
I'm talking strictly about him and his mentality. Like if he can get you to respond to one of his messages, will he not then think, okay, there's a chance?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just the thought of that actually just let me regain my composure for a moment because I'm somewhere between laughing and throwing up. Okay. Um,
Well, I mean,
I
you know him obviously better than the rest of us. So I'm saying, do you think he thinks like that?
I think that honestly, um, he knows I have no respect for the type of man that he is. You know what I'm saying? I love him to death. I always will. He's got a good heart. He's not shit for a man. You know what I'm saying? Like he he's cool if he's your boss, your friend, your neighbor, your son, your cousin, you whatever. If he's your man, bitch, you lost, okay? You lost this lottery, all right? Like you bitch. You need to rethink your life decisions at this point, you know? Um, and I hate to have to, you know, to even say it like that, but he'll never he'll never be shit for a partner, for a spouse, for a boyfriend, for, you know, because he, in his heart of hearts, does not believe that his behavior is fucking wrong. You know, he knows that it hurts people, but it's like he can't fucking comprehend that he has the fucking he has all the cards in his hand, you know, like you're the one doing this. Like all you got to do is just stop fucking anything that moves, and pretty much you might be able to develop some sort of relationship with somebody that, you know. But so anyway, I I think at this point in my life, um, you know, I mean, what is he gonna do? Get blocked? You know, I mean, bitch, I wish you would try to do something excessive. You know, you know what I mean? Like I'm just.
Well, I mean,
I,
that's why I'm asking, because I you know I don't know him aside from what you've written about him, so I don't know
yeah,
how he, you know, how he operates, what his MO is, you know. And
he actually is one of those, Brian, that he can't stand that being ignored shit. Okay, like that shit will set him the fuck off, you know. So he like he's incredibly intense when he has his mind set on something, but then he's one of those guys, once he attains it, it's over. You know what I'm saying? He only wants the pretty things that somebody else has. You know, he just wants to possess the pretty things. So, you know, after that, it's of no consequence to him. You know, he doesn't give a shit one way or the other, and that is basically how this shit goes down. You know, so um, I mean, I'm not surprised that the drunk bitch is gone, but I will tell you this, with her shit still being there, one of them is going to end up in jail before it's all over with, because they knock down, drag out. You know what I'm saying? Because she is a fucking piece of shit. Yeah, and Brian, I'm not saying that because she's with my ex. I'm saying it because the bitch is a straight up fucking piece of shit. Okay? Like, I
Sober or
mean,
drunk or
this is the
both?
most worthless. She drunk and she's worthless. Okay? Like, she don't work. She don't fucking. First of all, you lost me right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you full on fucking lost me because I don't understand a bitch that ain't about making money. You know what I'm saying? Like, excuse me? You speaking a whole different language than I'm speaking, bitch, because I speak cash all fucking day long. Like, it doesn't even make any sense to me. So she's a drunk ass bitch with no motherfucking uh no motivation, no job to go to, no pot to piss in, no nothing. Okay. So, but she does like to get shit faced and duke it out with his ass. So, like I said, it's going to end up with one or both of them in the county clink before it's all over with. So mark my words. I'm going to go on and put my $20 on that one. Okay.
And that is a sordid web of
Yeah.
shit.
Ain't it? Like, how do you go from being with a woman like me to being with somebody like that? And see, that's what hurts my heart, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like, you 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 left me and got with a gutter bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like a dirty ass gutter hoe. You know, and you could make it work with this bitch some years? Who the what the fuck is really am I in the goddamn toilet though? Brian, am I high? Am I fucking high? Because this don't make no sense to me. Like, that hurt my heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the explain this to me, please, because I'm lacking, bro. I'm lacking.
I think it might make more sense than uh, what you may think, because you see the quality of a person, like say after you in a relationship with them, see the quality of a person with who they associate with, who they get together with after the fact, right?
Sure.
Like,
Hose of a
okay,
feather.
right. So maybe
Yeah.
his level was here and he reached a little higher when he was with you, but sort of went back to the mean, afterwards. That is
Right.
what I think. So,
I mean, we can go with that
you
because
know,
that makes me feel better, you
and
know.
and if
But
this is
it's
his pattern consistently, then to me that's where it makes a lot of sense.
yep, this is it. You know. Um, I I'll tell you this, for a dude with as much potential as he had, okay, a Marine, all right. His family owns the whole fucking town that we live in, all right. He has all the support you could ever, you know, um, every opportunity afforded to him, and you you out here duking it out with crackhead drunk hoes in the front yard on a Tuesday night. This is how you're living, and this is why we can't work. You know what I mean? If this is what's on your agenda, bitch, this is why you and I can't do. Like, I'm not finna do the dumb shit with your dumb ass. You, but I that's the part that gets me. You went from me, who, Brian, if I work less than fucking 80 hours in a week, you already know. I must be it. To a bitch that can't even hold a fucking job? Not even a damn, 650 an hour Circle K job? Are you serious right now? Like,
Yeah, but see
that's what
what
upsets me.
what you're doing though is you're comparing yourself to other people who have nothing to do with you. And that's a dangerous road to go on down on, because the minute you start comparing yourself
It's
to other
true.
people that he's been with, you're going to get upset as you are now. You know, you say, well, and it's going to knock on your self-esteem, because you're going to say, well, as you just said, you know, I mean, if you went from me
What was so
to
wrong with
this,
me?
there you go. You know,
What
so
was so wrong with me? Yeah.
and remember, the common denominator for all these relationships that he's been involved with, it's not you,
Is him.
So
yeah,
that's why I'm saying, like, that's not a good path to go on, because you're just going to beat yourself up just thinking that over and over again. Was I good enough? You know, like that whole negative mentality. And that's not the way to go.
I needed that. I needed that like 2 days ago. Like, I've just been like, what the fuck? You know, just every time I pass a mirror, I'm like double checking myself, like, oh my, ugh, like,
well, you know,
what am I? Oh,
I'd say probably maybe 60-70% of the time, I'd say, kind of gauge where your head's at just by what you're writing. And the past, I don't know, week and a half, maybe, more or less, it's just been sort of variations of the same story, you know. And I'm like, okay, I see what's going on here, you know. Yeah, exactly. You're fixated on this one thing, and I'm so, you know, yeah, that's what I figured.
You're right. You're right.
And I mean, you know, it's something that I think many of us do when any relationship that we have ends badly. You think, you know, okay, who was at fault? What could I have done? Was I not good enough for this person? Was I not good enough to be, you know, however you want to phrase it. But ultimately, ultimately, you know, a person's behavior, their pattern of behavior is pretty consistent most times. You know, people generally, unless they have some like complete life change, people generally behave the same way most times, you know. And this person here, I mean, despite, you know, whatever, let's say whatever opportunities were afforded to him, or whatever like benefits, you know, as you like say, you mentioned, you know, him, his family, like owning most of town and like having those
every advantage in life.
Yeah, you know.
And he squandered it.
Yeah.
To lay down with crackheads. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that it took me so long to get over this little stupid motherfucker, that is quite upsetting to me. You know, like, I really all I had to do was just, you know, kick his ass to the gutter many years ago, and I could have been done with this shit many years ago, you know, because apparently that's where the bitch want to be, you know. And it does make me feel better to know that you did this shit though too, you know what I'm saying? Because I kind of felt like, you know, like, honestly, you know, there have been times when I've doubted myself as a person, but not in this scenario. That whore is straight up trash. You know, like, and I'm just like, what in the actual fuck is happening in my life? That I believe those were my exact words. And what in the actual fuck is happening in my life right now? Like, oh, anyway, so that brings me to the next topic. You do know that 1-800-FUCKBOY will be out in ebook version in December, right? Are you okay? So you've got it obviously marked and highlighted on your calendar. You know, you're ready to go on and pick up, you know, your pre-release limit when the time arrives, et cetera, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Because, you know, you'll be getting the first autograph copy. I'm gonna sign it, you know, with my, you know, my little heart as the period, you know, like it's gonna be that type of scenario. I'm gonna get excessive and over the top with it. I just want you to be well advised of that. Shit will go from it will go from way over the top to I can't fucking believe this bitch is still going off at this point rather quickly. You know what I'm saying? So
It's pretty much every week for me. So
yeah, I mean, I just wanted to. You know what? Listen here. Okay. You better be glad you my BFF because I would not let you get away with the shit that you get away with. Okay, there, smarty McSmarty pants. This is a little too much for me today. So anyway, so check this out. Now, let's go to our handy dandy little agenda. All right. I thought I wanted to keep it semi-professional today, but then I realized that I don't have any professionalism left in me. I used all that shit up. And now basically, you know, it's pretty much Barnum and Bailey in this bitch. So any
we
McHoozle.
just edited to make it look good. That's all that happens.
Oh, you damned right. You damned right. And look, I'm barely even doing that shit. Okay. So anywho, now here's what I will say. Okay. It has been, when I tell you, Brian G, okay, it has been a never-ending stream of fuckboy stupidity this week. Okay. Like, let's see. The king of the fuckboys. Okay. Then I had Fuckboy 5.0 message me something, but okay, this piece of shit. Okay, he sent me this little smart ass meme, okay, that was I'll send it to you. Anyway, it was everything I could do, Brian. It was everything I could do. Like, ooh, I want to go burn his fucking house down. But you know, they frown upon arson here in the state of Florida, and it was daylight. So, you know,
Don't go all
had
left
it
eye on me,
been,
please. Please don't.
say what?
Said,
Listen, I will, though. I'll get Lisa Lopez with it real quick. Like, I think we all know that. Like, okay, so anyway, so check this out. So, oh, baby Jesus. I mean, they was coming out of the fucking woodwork. I'm talking left, right, left. These bitches was juking on me, bro. They was juking, okay? Like, I felt completely unfucking prepared to deal with the offense these bitches was putting on. You feel me? Like typically, you know, like I can now my block game is pretty damn strong, you know, but I mean these bitches they was going from the passing game to I mean, I just felt like, you know, there was so much yardage that was happening. There was just no I was housed. I was housed in the first quarter. Okay. Like shit had really just gone on and like worked me over. It fucking worked me over, Brian. It really did. So King of the Fuckboys, Fuckboy 5.0. Let's see. Oh God. Okay, so then we had Ancient History Fuckboy pop his ass back up. Okay, talking about now this you'll get a kick out of. You know how I got those crazy ass fans, right?
mm-hmm.
No mainstream fans. All okay, so guess what? Ancient History Fuckboy has decided he would like to be one of them. So he, oh my God. So he messages me that that he's been stalking me. LOL. Like, okay, first of all, there's no LOL when you tell me you've been stalking me, dog. Like, you we ain't gonna LOL this. Like, I'm not LOLing. Are you LOLing? Because I'm not freaking LOLing at all. Like, I'm not even LOIing. You know what I'm saying? There's no laughter on the in or the outside. Like, I'm not cool with it. Like, so anyway, so he's like, basically, being complimentary fuckboy, you know, and also ancient history popping up to stalk me fuckboy. It's I don't know, I've never had one like this before. So we're in new fuckboy territory at this point in our day. Like I don't even know how to really accurately describe this one. Like this is beyond me at this point. So give me your thoughts on this, please.
What
I don't
made
know.
him pop up again? Like
I have no
is it coincidence
motherfucking
or
idea.
okay, so
I'm gonna presume.
go ahead.
Okay, so then, now check this out. So now this, you'll understand exactly how it is that he got me the first time as soon as I tell you that. Okay. I sent him a message and I'm just like, okay, I don't know what's happening here. What sort of voodoo is occurring that you're reaching out to after all this time. But trust me, I did not put your hair and chicken blood or any of that shit anywhere. Okay, so whatever's got you popping up, son, it ain't me. So he sends me a message, Brian, I shit you not, it said, "Good night, my little voodoo doll." Okay, it's a double entendre. B, it's the romanticism implied is just, I can't be this kind of a lyricist and you say some shit like that to me. I just can't, you know? Now you see how it happened in the first place, right? Right. So, go ahead.
Well, I was going to ask you if uh, any of this was prompted by something that you had written recently, because you recall there's been a few people that just came out just like they read something that you wrote and they projected it on them, and then it just went straight for you for some reason, you know. So I was just
curious. These cockroaches.
Yeah.
Well, maybe, although fuckboys can't read. Like, I mean, maybe somebody read it to them. I don't know. No, now I know that back last year or whatever. Yeah, last year. He read me every now and then. It wasn't a regular occurrence, but it was every now and then. I think when he had a few too many and was feeling emotional or something. So I'm not certain if that's what's still happening or what that whole scenario is, because I refuse to engage. Even after the voodoo doll situation, I can't make myself. I just can't. And that was, listen, man, if you're gonna send me a one-liner, that was the one to do it, but even then I can't fuck with that. There's no outcome that is anything good for me at all. Like he's one of those dudes. Okay, he had like a serious drug addiction for a number of years, heroin. Okay, which good for him. He's done with all that. That's great. But you know how I told you I don't drink anymore because it's a trigger for pills. Yeah, he still, I mean, he'll get lit with it, and I can't be around all that. I don't want to be around all that. I find that shit to be sloppy, even when I was bartending, never did you see me like that. I'm too controlled of a person, especially in an outside environment, to let some shit like that go down, and I can't be with a dude that can't keep his shit together. You feel me? Like, this is my whole mission for my dude, which is make sure no matter where we go, that I'm walking out with my hair looking as good as it did when we walked in. Like, there's no circumstance where we should ever deviate from that plan, and if you don't have your shit together, we're going to end up deviating from that plan, because I'm gonna have to get in the mix, and I don't need that in my life, so I feel like he's still, he's still doing what the king of the fuckboys is doing. He's still out here, with this dumb shit, with gutter bitches, and can't tell you, a fucking thing about, how some stocks performed, but can damn sure give you, the proof of every liquor bottle that I got on the shelf, like, I mean, that to me, I feel like maybe you're fucking up with your math skills. You know what I'm saying? I don't need your shit on my whiteboard. This is what you're adding up, like, your shit is not helpful to me, kid. So you feel what I'm saying? Like, I've just been going through with these motherfuckers this week, Brian. I'm just so, ugh. Like, okay, I will tell you this. I've ended up using my hyaluronic acid body wash way more times in the last 3 days than I really needed to because I've scrubbed myself raw to try to scrub these fucking fuckboys off of me. Like, I'm just, I'm overexposed at this point, really. Like a bad photo. Like a bad photo, kid. That's what I feel like. So,
I
what are your thoughts?
maybe I'm trying to find some kind of pattern or something as to why this is all happening like in this condensed time period. It could just be coincidence. I don't know, but
Good luck.
yeah, I'm not gonna hurt myself too much trying to think about it. But
right. We know this. We know that there is no such thing as coincidence. We know that there is a mathematical reasoning behind everything. Okay. I don't know what the fucking numbers are, but don't think I have not been at that whiteboard going ham with it. Okay.
there's got to be
I don't know.
something. I just don't know what it is exactly.
You know what I think it is? Here's what I think it is. Someone has stumbled across the fact that I've been down for a week, you know, with my loss, and now I'm vulnerable.
Mm.
Feel me?
No, you know what? I think you're right. That does make sense. And there's people
They
like
feel like
that.
they got a foot in the door.
Yeah, they will attack in a moment of weakness like that. You know, and it's not even weakness. It's like it's just dealing with normal or normal as much as you can relate to normal, like grief. And then they see, oh, I have an in right there.
I'm weak.
That explains
I'm weak.
everything.
Yeah, doesn't it?
You know?
Okay, so we don't need the whiteboard any longer. We've now puzzled this shit out. See, this is why I don't take time off. You know, people just go to assuming any old thing like I can't get back on my feet. But bitch, no, you're wrong. Pull a number from the fucking machine and take a seat with those hoes in the back because you're gonna be waiting. I told these motherfuckers it's gonna be a long winter. I don't know why they didn't listen to me the first time, Brian. You know how I hate to have to repeat myself. However, I know factually that's why I was as close to the vest with it as I was, because everybody knows that, with my PTSD and with, with that whole scenario, that's where my strength came from, that's where the balance in my life came from. And I am, obviously unhinged at this point over it, but I will get better. It's not going to be like it was, with Taylor, where it took me, 13 years just to get, to a point where I wasn't functionally drunk. That's not going to happen this time around. I'm not going back down that road. So I don't know if maybe that's what everybody was waiting for. Was for me to just fucking flat out lose my shit again.
Well, that's an interesting point because think about it. Like your writing style,
right?
It is like it's humorous. At times, it can be like I don't know, like abrasive for those who the ones that we're talking about who take it personally,
Right.
And so for that tone to change so drastically, it's like people waiting, like you said, like waiting to see that little weak point, that chink in the armor, so they can go in. Yep. I guess it's kind of one of the downsides of like putting like all of your like all the things that are going on your life, in public written form. People can see, like I was saying, I can kind of see the pattern of where your head's at. They see it. Well, the ones who know how to read, they can see it. And yeah, they look and they say, "Oh, she's down. We'll attack." You know,
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you say that's just the one of the side effects, you know. But then on the flip side, they and anyone else can see when the tone of what you're writing shifts, you know, again, and then it'll be as it normally is. So
Right. You know, I, 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 I don't know how I didn't know that right off the rip, you know, because everybody knows that fuckboys are opportunists, you know, that's what they do. Um, that's why when they don't have your paycheck to spend anymore, or they can't live for free at your house anymore, you know, they're gone. If it doesn't have, you know, full benefit situation for them, they don't want a part of it, you know. So of course the fact that, you know, my best friend, bodyguard, support, you know, is gone, you know, I guess they thought that that left, you know, uh, uh, completely unguarded and conditionally insane version of myself. But um, as we've talked about, that woman no longer exists because she was a fucking hot mess. Okay, like Brian, listen to me when I tell you, like there was no, like I couldn't even fucking sugarcoat it. Okay, like I just was out there, way the fuck out there, and just I had no, there was no, you know what I mean? I was just like, okay, like I'm not real sure what your point is, but fuck you, you know, and I'm gonna continue to do what it is I want to do, you know, and I think it, people were, you know, because I went from being so goddamn put together, you know, to just a fucking mess, you know, and like people half wanted to try to correct, really go to your room, to try to correct me, you know, but then on the same token, you hear her losing her fucking mind. I want you to know what she's losing her mind over. Okay. A car just drove down the street. Didn't stop, just drove down the street. That's how good of a guard dog she is.
see,
Look at the fucking look on my face. Puffin! I'm gonna beat this dog today. I'm not gonna beat her, but I'm gonna think about beating this dog today. Puffin, come in here, get a bath. Hear that? Mm-hmm. You know she's half beagle, right? She's supposed to love the water. Like Staffy and Beagle, petrified of the water. I don't know. Like it's like she's not even my dog. You know? Like what? I don't get it. Anyway, so that's that. So this has been my week, right? While you've been out managing everyone everywhere, and basically, you know, being everybody's boss except mine, because you know I don't take direction from nobody. However, while you've been out doing all of the good work that you've been doing, I've been at home undoing all of the good work that I have done over the fucking years. You know what I mean? And just slowly losing my fucking mind. Like, it was a rough go for the, you know, first few days, you know, because they were in a bad way. You know what I'm saying? And I just was losing my mind, you know, because they're not eating, they're sick, they're, you know, like I can't help them, I can't fucking help myself, you know. Um
Did you stay at home, or did you like try
Yeah,
to go outside, get some
I stayed
fresh
home.
air?
I took them, for their daily and whatever, but it was like, how I am. Normally it's 20-hour work days for me, like I'm always balls to the wall, but I would take them, literally come in, you know, take the leash off, and then I went back to bed. I couldn't even, I just could not make myself even try, you know, um, for a good little minute. But, now I feel like, now that they're semi back to normal, I mean, obviously you hear Puffin, tripping, and she's been this way, um, since. I think she thinks she has to do everybody's job now. I don't know, but other than that, we're pretty much back to normal, for the most part, as much as we can be. Um, but it obviously you see what happens, like this, my whole situation went downhill real fast, and I feel like we're in a bobsled and can't nobody drive the son of a bitch, like we steady going downhill and I ain't even got no fucking brakes. So like I don't, you may as well light the bitch on fire, you know what I'm saying? Like we may as well go down flaming, right? So yeah.
So has anyone like, I don't know, a friend or neighbor over there, has anyone like come by to try to comfort you in any form or fashion?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I had the girl that I work with over at the veteran support group, she came through, and you know, an old friend of mine, um, reached out, and then of course the chick that I wrote the column about, who is supposedly one of my oldest friends, but she can't.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
she can't have uh, dick in her life and still be anybody's friend at the same time. It's not, they cannot coincide. So I don't know what it is about, like, okay, Brian, you know how I feel about it. Okay, if I'm not a solid friend, I ain't shit. Okay, like my whole life can be in fucking complete and total disarray. All right, like shit is just imploding, basically, but I'll be damned if I'm not finna look out for my people. Like, listen, I might have $2 left in my name, bitch, you got $1. Okay, like now we both got $1. Like that's always the type of friend that I've been, and it will always be the type of friend that I am, because that's what's important to me. My friends are my family, you know. So for her to, it's like I said, she's the fuck girl in my life, Brian. She really is. This hoe is a fuck girl. Like she she does me just like these dudes do, like, you know, um, she can't, I can't count on her. I can't rely on her for shit. Um, she she'll tell me one thing and do something completely different, Um, like she's always in a mix, like she's a fuck girl. Like there's no, I mean, literally, we just went like almost 4 years without speaking because of the same dumb shit, because I finally just was fed up and was like, you know what? I'm so fucking sick of being the bitch that you call, anytime shit is even, close to being out of line in your life. And yet every time I go to looking for you, bitch, you can't be found, or you are, and it's up underneath the ball sack. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I said it. I see you. I see you biting your cheek, kid. You can laugh, but it's You know what I'm saying? Like, I really feel like that's the scenario, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I wasn't, familiar enough to know to look under the scrotum, I couldn't find the bitch. Okay, like seriously, and that is concerning to me. So I told her, back then, those years ago, when we had the falling out, I was like, look, I feel like I'm doing 90% of the giving in this relationship, and you're doing 110% of the fucking taking, and this is not looking like a good numbers game for me. Like, I ran them, the stats don't look good. Like, I'm not so she reached out to me, I guess after seeing something on social media about boy, and you know uh and she was just like, I miss you. And I'm obviously emotional at that time. God, the opportunists just keep the fuck on, don't they? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I really think maybe we might have discovered what's happening over on Fuckboy Island right now. Like,
it was staring at us in the face. We were like
it really
dancing around
was.
it, but in reality, like that's what it was right there.
That's absolutely what it is. I mean, I can tell you, Brian, without fail, anytime there has ever been any sort of discourse in my life, there's been a fuckboy to just swoop right in and take advantage of. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, who am I to have troubles, woes, and ailments without a fuckboy to try to get a piece of whatever I have? Like, it's duh. And so, in typical fuck girl fashion, I guess she decided she'd get a piece of it too. So I had decided to let bygones be bygones. Okay, I'm gonna be the bigger woman again, and just let shit slide. Okay, so she tells me, hey, I'm gonna come by. Are you gonna be at home? Yes, bitch, I'm always at home. Okay, like, clearly you don't know what the fuck I have going on over here, which is not anything. So I'm like, yeah, no problem, whatever. I'm still at the same place. 5 a.m. rolls around, Brian. Okay, 5. I want you 5 in, like I'm a piece of ass to this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, this bitch just hit me up when all the clubs closed. Are you serious? Like, she just did me like a Waffle House. Okay, like, bitch, I am not grits with cheese. Okay, I'm not. Like, you just did me like some covered, smothered, and scattered is what you just did. Like, how is this taking place? Like, I'm not comfortable with all this shit that is happening right now. Like, I feel like I don't know. I need a more adequate uh you know
It's
defensive
it's
line.
it's an afterthought at that time of day, or not a night, early
Yeah,
morning, whatever.
it's,
You know what I
oh
mean?
my
Like,
God. You know what here's what I was supposed to do, like, okay. Oh, and mind you, we had spoken at 5 p.m, the day prior. Um, but that's okay. Covered, smothered, and scattered. Brian, that's what happened to me. All right. So, yeah. So anyway, since that, she has been, messaging me and whatever, and I just don't respond. Like, I don't know what else I can say, to be any more clear than I have been. It's not as though I ever minced words, um, which I know is very surprising with all the passive aggressive that I tend to be in my everyday life. However, um, yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, the aggressive anyway. I don't know about the passive shit. That shit ain't for me. But anyway, um, so I'm just like, um, I don't really have any more words for you. Like, I, I spent 25 years. This bitch has been my broad. You know what I'm saying? And so I started looking back on, like, all the times that I've ever really fucking needed somebody in my life, which I can count on one hand, Brian. You know how I am about shit. I ain't gonna ask you for nothing, bitch. If you can't see there's some shit going on, that's your own fucking fault. Fuck you. You know, like, I don't need you. So kick rocks, ho. And every time I have ever needed this bitch for anything, Brian. No, she just, it's like, it's like when you're asking a chick out and she really is not feeling you, and like, oh, no, not that day. My nails are being done. Not that day. I need to wash my hair. Not that day. I'm having a breast reduction. Whatever the fucking story may be, there's always that, and I almost feel like that. Like, what? Are you giving me the breast reduction fucking line? Bitch, I know you ain't doing it. Like, I invented that line, ho. Like, what the fuck is really happening here? So I can't believe it took us this long to really work the numbers on this, like, we should have had this figured out way earlier in the week, Brian. I almost feel as though maybe we're not as intelligent as we were a couple of weeks ago. Like, what's happening here? Am I fucking high? Like, this is nonsense,
I was busy. That's all I can say.
That's what it is. I needed your deductive reasoning, and your ass abandoned me. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate you. Like, your trip up the corporate ladder is really starting to piss me off. Okay, I'm sitting down here looking like a dummy. So I need you to help me look smart. Like, that's the whole role of the wingman. Like, if I can't look smart on your account, damn it, I'm doing something wrong. So, I'm telling you, dude, like, it's been a rough. It really has. And I not just for the grieving process, just for the bullshit that it pulls out of the woodwork, like, I had completely forgotten what it felt like to be out of my motherfucking mind with grief, and just unable to stop the fucking piranha, that obviously picked up the fucking scent, and don't think I don't remember today. I remember, it's wow, it's been a minute. My daughter will have been gone 18 years in February. So it's been that long, now, bear in mind, a solid 13 of those I couldn't, I wasn't doing no field sobriety tests and passing them. I'm gonna tell you that right now, but I also, I was doing what I do, just drunk, like functional alcohol, full on functional alcoholic. You ain't never seen nothing like it, BMan. I'm gonna tell you right now, like, when I say functional, boy, I've been functioning now. Okay, like, I'm getting shit done. All right, there's some real functionality. However, boy, I snap on a motherfucker, like, quick, like that. Okay, something about me drinking, just my already short fuse.
So, how much shorter is shorter?
Brian, I told a AAA league baseball team, what y'all got on your roster? 28, 29 of you motherfuckers? Well, guess what? Y'all on my list. I'm finna start crossing off names. Yes, I did. Big man, Brian. Big motherfucking man. That's how much shorter. I don't have no good fucking sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was, I mean, look, I don't care if I gotta run through this whole fucking establishment. We're gonna do shit my way, and I don't know if you've noticed, but I have a problem with anger management. You know, not the anger part. I got that real good. It's the management part that is still a struggle for me. So, to be fair, go ahead.
Can I tell you something here?
Sure.
Now, it has been very interesting like observing how you respond to things, because it's like so the polar opposite of how my brain works.
Absolutely.
It's actually been fascinating just to watch. Like, wow.
Did you not know that we are basically polar opposites, which is exactly why you hang out with me? Because all that shit that corporate Brian can't just be out here running around doing, you're looking at me like, oh shit, this bitch out here for real doing this shit. Look at this bitch, right? This bitch cannot fucking be trusted to keep her ass in line for nothing. Look at her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
All that shit, yes, all that shit that, you know, you got to put it in an email format and send it to 17 different supervisors, you know, in order to get it fed to the bitch that just fucked up on the job. I'm coming straight out the gate with it. Like, hold up, ho. You know, first of all, you're making my man look bad, okay? Secondarily, I don't like your fucking attitude, all right? And thirdly, you just go on and fucking hand me your badge and your keys. Get the fuck up out of here, okay? Like, I'm not good with anything that's coming out of you at all. You know, so it's
But even on like just a personal life note, you know, it's the same thing where it's just like the message may be the same, but the format is very different. You know,
absolutely,
and,
absolutely. You are my polar opposite. You know, however, it's like a you're my alter ego. I like to think to myself, what would BMan do in this situation? You're my what would Jesus do? What would Black Jesus do? Let's ask BMan. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, if I'm at a moral crossroads, you know, I'm not trying to call, you know, Pastor Dan from down to the Methodist Assembly. I'm calling Black Jesus. Bitch, I got him on speed dial. Who is you trying to call? Hey, BMan, check this out, okay? So I got a rabbi and a priest at 2 o'clock at the bar. You know?
I'm gonna make my standard response should just be, don't go left eye. Just don't do it. Whatever you do,
that's
don't.
What I feel like right now.
It,
It's exactly what I feel like, because you know my motto is you don't want to look out your fucking window and see me coming with a nail gun and a gas can. It's never good. Like, I'm not there to fucking, you know, to nail your damn fascia back up and burn some leaves in the yard. Like, I'm not there for maintenance, bitch. I'm there to fucking do some damage. Like, we got to get angry with it, you know? So, like, yes, I firmly believe that, you know, if shit keeps going the way that it's going, there's going to be some arson involved. So just continue doling out that advice, because at any given moment, I could be on somebody's street with a nail gun and a gas can, and shit could just be going all the wrong way quickly. So,
you know, I'm not gonna lie. There have been times where I've thought, oh, like if she were in this situation, shit would be on fire.
you know,
Somebody,
you already know.
you know,
Like, I'll just be like, oh, I hope I'm popping up on his shoulder with a set of horns right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, BMan, check this out. Look, it's dark out here. Bro, they can't see you. You know what I'm saying? Go and light that shit up. Shit, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't get that nail gun I sent you in the fucking mail? Shit. You know? Nail his ass to the motherfucking floor. He can't go nowhere.
and you know, there have been, I mean, I could probably count on maybe both hands, like times where I've been like mad enough to actually like put my hands on somebody.
Uh-huh.
I don't like that feeling at all. It's like if I'm already at that point, I don't like to think about it honestly, because it's like,
see, and
all like
all 5'2" of me, you know. Now, see, if and here's the situation though. If our roles were reversed, boy, I'd be up. I tell you what, cool, fuck with it. I'd debo a motherfucker so fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wouldn't be just your bicycle and your chain, homeboy. I'm coming for everything you got, okay? Like, I'm taking it all, everything. This whole block mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, small countries wouldn't stand a chance. You know, shit, Havana, bitch, please. This is my new kingdom over here. Okay, this Brian shit over here, that's not Ecuador. I said it's Brianville, bitch. You know, like I could not be you and have this taking place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it would give ABM a whole new meaning. Okay, like for real, for real. Like, I'd be like Optimus Prime, you know, when really I'm ripping the whole cab off this hoe. Like, you know, it's going down. So, like, you don't really ever want to give me any sort of size, any sort of you know, if I were a formidable opponent, ooh, bitch. Like, you know, I told you about me and Foxy boxing. You really didn't want to run up against me because I was dropping bitches. You know what I'm saying? And then I go right back into the floor, go back to work. Hey, all right, well, let me go on and get y'all another one. You know, like knuckles still kind of fucked up. You know, so like it's a problem. It's problematic. It is. But I got anger management issues, and I know this. You know, but I, I've been working on that. I got an app. Brian. I was going to listen now. let me tell you about this app. Okay, hold on. Let me I want to get the name real quick. I'm coming right back. It is bum bum bum. Intellect. That is the name of the app. Intellect. Okay. So it has you do this personality test. Right. Well, apparently I have some overachieverism and also some fear of abandonment and also some anger management issues. Okay. So, yeah, that's a problem. Combine all three of those now and just think on that for a second.
That is a potent mix right there.
Sums me right up, doesn't it? So,
yep.
That means I stay up late at night to think about the ways you fucking abandoned me and get real pissed off about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, ooh. Yeah. Me with a nail gun and a gas can, not a good idea. So anyway, what it does is you take your little personality test, okay? Then it gives you the modules that you should be doing. Okay, we need to work on your anger management. Okay, we need to get you enrolled in this anger management coursework. All right, are you ready to start this? Yes, damn it, I came here for some help. Y'all gonna help me or not? You know, so I started my little coursework today. So, and it seems very I mean the little test, little personality test shit, I mean it. Listen, they wasn't way out in left field with the bullshit. They knew what I was. They seen me coming. You know what I'm saying? Like they were like, "Ooh, this bitch. We better get this bitch in some coursework right now. Like if we ain't got one, we need to make one up. Like somebody get a programmer for here. This bitch is bad off."
Oh my goodness.
Yes. So anyway, so I did the little and what it does is it tells you, okay, this is where you're fucking up, basically. In this area, anger management, for example, what you're doing is you're internalizing until the point of combustion, Miss Hawkins. We're gonna need you to stop doing that shit. And this is why. Okay. And here are some exercises that may help you sort through your bullshit, and then we're going to have you take this little quiz and you can write it all down in your little daily log. Okay. So apparently I'm supposed to be doing the little exercises. Then you take the little follow-up quiz and you write about it. So I guess at the end of this shit, I can reflect on how I've grown as a person. That's the plan anyway. So in about 4 weeks, we're going to see how much I've grown as a person. I'm just telling you right now, if it's in any size manner, shit about to get hectic. You know what I'm saying? It's about to get real hectic. Again, you do not want me to be a formidable opponent, ever. So we'll see. we'll see what happens. Am I holding out any hope for fixing the psycho inside me? Not really, you know, but am I going to give it a fair shake? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because I feel like they have a decent little idea. You know what I'm saying? Like, let us help you fix your fucking crazy, you know? Like, we know you're nuts, you know, and you need help. And we gonna help you do it right here on your phone, okay? You ain't even gotta go nowhere to tell nobody you crazy. We ain't gonna tell nobody, you know? So I don't know, BMan. I mean, if it helps, I'm gonna be basically the best fucking walking advertisement these bitches ever had, you know? So can you imagine, bro? We come back on here in 4 weeks and I'm just like, oh my God. So during yoga this morning, my neighbor attempted to swat a butterfly and we had a disagreement. Puffin, come get in the bath. Puffin, in the bath now. Oh, I'm gonna tear this little dog up today. No, I'm not. But I'm
trying to imagine it and just.
Yeah. So here I am, you know, in my whole new age fucking Yanni, whatever the fuck mentality that apparently they are going to prescribe for me. And I can't even see it, bro. I can't, like, I have been an angry bitch for so long. Like, Puffin, get in this bathtub now. Yeah, that's the mom's real serious and shit's about to get real heavy in here, boys. So, anyway, what was I saying? Oh, Yanni, new age.
Yes.
They gonna make a damn yogi out of me. Okay. All right. So let's say that happens, Brian. Let's say we revisit this train wreck that I am 4 weeks from now, and the whole conduction unit is completely rebuilt. No longer the angry engine that could. I'm just a little choo-choo, chugging along, you know, just going along with the flow. Not, you know, you don't have no random hobos jumping off the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit's just a whole different scene. I'm Thomas the Train in it, you know?
Come back in a month talking about like finding your chi. I won't even know you anymore. That'd be something. That'd be whole.
If I ever fucking look at you and say I'm finding my chi, I give you permission to reach out and smack the shit out of me because look, I'll be finding the chi, all right. Let me tell you something about what you looking for a motherfucking chi, homeboy. You know what I'm saying? Yes, bitch.
Oh man.
You know what? There ain't no help for me. Like, yeah, but I still I'm willing to give it 100% of my little, because it only asks for like 10 minutes a day, you know? Well, check it out. Even I got 10 minutes a day. Although my level of crazy, I mean, you could be chiseling at that shit for like 482 years at that rate, you know? Like, this is not Mount Rushmore, fool. It ain't going up in 16 years. Like, this is a long ass time, okay? So you better bring your best chiselers.
Well, have you asked yourself, or either you or has the app, I should say, asked you like how much of your anger do you want to try to control, or you know what I mean?
Well, it's quantifying is they ask you in what areas of your life have you found this you know, anger management or whatever the case may be to be an issue, and which relationships is it affecting, you know, coworkers, you know, whatever. So you're quantifying in you know, where it's giving you an issue and with whom, you know. But I think that's basically so that they can, be sure that I'm not going to go postal at the job. Well, guess what, bitch? This is my job right here. I'm the only crazy coworker I got, and I'm the crazy coworker. So I don't know who hired this nutcase, but I'm going to HR about this bitch first thing Monday morning. So,
I'm firing the hiring coordinator because I don't.
I mean, I'm saying, because why even have one if this is the type of shit that's slipping through? You know what I'm saying? Like, did nobody review this bitch's fucking resume? Like, this bitch, she's full on certifiable, and yet y'all think it's okay for her to just be handling the columns and shit like that? No, bitch, you can't trust her with the columns. She gonna get fingerprints all over the motherfuckers. My God, this is terrible. Like, she can't have correspondence with the Fuckboys. Like, look at her. Jesus, she'll be having correspondence with the Fuckboys. God help this bitch. So, yep. So anyway, so we're gonna see it through. I'm gonna see the entire course through. Every day for the little 10 minutes or whatever that it requires, and just see if maybe it does. Because if there's a technique out there that can help me, then just good luck. Bring it on. Let's work this anger out. Let's
I think it's
everybody thought that it was boxing for me, but I would want to beat your ass as soon as I came off the speed bag. You know what I'm saying? So it really didn't help at all.
maybe if it can like focus the energy in a more productive fashion, then I can
right.
see. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so about Bo duking across the hood for dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty much violent in every legal outlet that I can be. I mean, I bounce my own fucking bars, Brian. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's I don't think there's any hope for me. I think maybe I'm just an angry, violent sociopath at this point, and I don't really know. Like, I think I'm on a downhill slide. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if now here's what I should do. I think I'm going to look into the personality test, and if it would pick up on something of that nature, if there were traits of a sociopath or narcissistic traits or whatever. I want to see if if it would not only identify but also label those, and I basically want to know how candidates be. So I am going to do a little bit of investigation now that we've talked on it, because it's got me thinking.
I I have
I know.
when I was dealing with the crazy chick, I looked into like both sociopathy and psychopathy to see like this is all after the fact, of course, but like like where she landed on that on either one of those scales, because one thing I do remember distinctly was that every like emotion she felt for someone, aside from let's say some family members, was all surface level. Like
Right.
she had no empathy or sympathy for like animals or like anybody that she crossed paths with. The switch could go,
unless it's beneficial to them.
Yeah, like it could go quick to the point where like she was going like actively trying to harm somebody that I don't know, somebody she was living with, I don't know, but like it could switch like that. But
now
you have obviously your heart, and I mean we always come back to animals because that's one of those key signs of somebody who has just nothing inside. Obviously your heart is humongous, for
much bigger than it should be,
right? And the fact that we're talking, I mean, the first part of the conversation we're talking about Mr. Fuckboy here, and how you were feeling about his all his relationships and where you fit into those. Like there's you have that that feeling, that emotion within you to feel happiness, sadness, anger, all the emotions. So
Right.
so yeah, there I don't know how the scale works, but I'd imagine you if you were on the scale that you'd be on the lower end because you do have
Some
empathy.
sociopathic tendencies. Yeah. I know that you know, just like the scenario when I walked in on Corey and that bitch, okay, nasty bitch. I I got it in me somewhere, but it's that hot button. My shit, here's my trigger right here, Brian. I'll tell you exactly what it is. I know what it is. It's loyalty. Okay. If you're disloyal, bitch, okay, look here. Cross the street. Don't meet me. Don't do it because I can't stand a disloyal. Can't stand them. Oh, I can't stand them. You wasted my time, energy, effort. Made me look like a fool. Humiliated me. Broke my fucking heart. All this shit in one fell swoop. You pussy bitch. That's the type of shit make me whoop your ass. That right there is the shit that'll get me to the point where I don't know how to throw it in reverse. Okay? Like, it's all gas all day. Like, we I don't see no red lights. I don't see no caution. They ain't no orange cones in the shit. Like, you ain't got a flag, man, nothing, baby. There ain't no brakes, so really, honestly, that's the one thing that you can do to me personally. Now if I see you fucking with the animals, beating on a broad or a kid, bitch, come on, knuckle up. You know what I'm saying? But to do to me, I mean, that's my one hot button right there. I mean, if you're disloyal, man, you better off not to fuck with me at all, ever.
Well,
Just don't even say, ain't no bye bye, kiss my ass, nothing.
That's the common thread. One of the common threads, I should say. Well, with all we've talked about, when here and even just throughout all the time that we've been talking, talking about your friends, not having loyalty there, relationships, them not being loyal there, family not being loyal,
yep.
The friends that you had to just cut out, because of
yep.
what's been going on in the country. Like that's
disloyalty.
Yeah, I mean that's something that I've seen, throughout everything that you've been talking about and gone through.
And I will never, Brian, never. That's the one fucking thing. You better not ask me for forgiveness. You better not look at me like you about to be forgiven, because, bitch, I promise you, all I'm thinking about is, you know what I could do? I could really nail those first floor windows shut with my nail gun, and then by the time this son of a bitch realizes his whole fucking house is on fire, there ain't really no getting out unless you jump out that motherfucker in the top onto this concrete pad. All right. Sounds good. Let's do this. Like, I don't want to associate, affiliate, abbreviate none of the shit with no disloyal bitch. I don't want to, because you know what? If you're not loyal, if you change up your viewpoints, your associations, your beliefs for whomever it is that you're around, bitch, please, you don't even know who the fuck you are. How the fuck am I supposed to know who you are? Like, you don't know yourself. You don't know what you believe in. You don't know where you stand on a matter. Basically, bitch, you ain't shit.
Yeah, I agree. And just from the very beginning, that has been something that I've noticed of you. Yeah, from pretty early on, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, when you talk about like your friends being your family,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is that not maybe the best example of that? The people who
Yep.
are loyal to you are the ones you consider family.
Yeah,
There it is
right.
right there.
Yep. If I'm breaking bread with you, you not only got a spot at my table, you got a spot in my home. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's just how I do shit. But I also, you, on that same token, the very first fucking time I feel like you crossed that line, just like with old girl, when she with that fucking piece of shit dude and came in here, and I knew, Brian, I knew, you know what I'm saying? I knew I should have fucking let that hoe go, prior to that, and I told you about that, and then here I am kicking myself in the ass because I didn't. You know what I'm saying? You come in here, you disrupt my home, you fuck up my home life with your bullshit, you know? Honey, I'm the godmother to her children, okay? And that hoe ain't never gonna step foot in this house again. Never. So you know what I'm saying? Like, on the same token, I can love you that much, but baby, you cannot exist to me. I wouldn't piss on your ass if you was on fire, dead ass in front of me, hoe, unless it was about to spread to my home. Like, it's that serious with me. It's the same way with my family. That's why I said, when they fucked up, because you're lucky I was talking to your bitch ass in the first place, because quite frankly, I don't really fuck with y'all kind, Secondarily, you know what I mean? You don't even realize how badly you fucked up because you're ignorant. You know what I mean? And now not only are you disloyal, you willfully ignorant. Look at you. You already on a fucking this shit becoming a pattern quickly, So like I'm just I'm convinced that disloyal people have a whole laundry list of shit that is real fucked up with them, and I don't want to get to the bottom of it. I don't even want to get like midway. I don't want to be 3 names down. You know what I'm saying? I just disloyal. Oh, cool. I'm out. So that's enough for me. That's enough, and it should be enough for everyone. And
No,
I mean,
you're right, because you talk about this loyalty.
Uh-huh.
What we're ultimately talking about is trust. You
Yeah.
have trust in somebody.
Respect.
There's no point at all.
If you don't uh if you don't believe enough in the relationship that I have with you to understand that all you got to do is respect me the same way that you want me to respect you, we ain't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got a fuck thing to talk about, and that's why you and I vibe so well. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that's all it's about with you, BG. You know what I'm saying? I know you ain't out here with fuckery. You know what I'm saying? I know that if somebody's out here speaking ill on my name, you finna be like, hold up, bitch. Let me call my home girl, because she need to hear this shit. She need to know you coming out of pocket is what you're doing. I'm finna give her a call, and on the same token, you already know how shit go down. I don't ever want to be affiliated with a bitch that I know you've been sitting there listening to somebody who has some ill will, and decided to attach whatever to my name. Bitch, don't attach nothing to my shit, ho. Like, no. I'm real mindful of that shit. I don't need your attachments. Fuck yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to ever be in a scenario again like I felt like, when I lived with my mama, where I couldn't trust the people that was coming and going. I couldn't, sleep unless I had one eye open. You know what I mean? And I don't ever want any of the shitty ass relationships I've been in where I couldn't even be at work without having to worry about what these motherfuckers was in the streets doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't ever want to be around disloyal fucking people again. You know, they're the fucking worst, you know, and it's unfortunately, I mean, it's much more common than it should be. So, I mean, I feel like I pretty much found the only good people in the universe, and we all affiliated and get on the fucking Zoom. You know what I mean? Like, I got a handful of you motherfuckers, and I ain't letting you go nowhere. So I'll cut a bitch. That's not your friend, bitch. That's my friend. So, you know what I mean? Like, I will never, ever put myself into a situation in my life where I have to feel insecure, you know, about my home, the folk that I'm dealing with. Watch my purse, you know, in my own house. You know what I'm saying? I've never, honey, listen. After
I
my mama
believe you.
stole,
I believe you.
after my mama stole the first $1,875 in a tax return from me, I should have quit fucking with the bitch then. You know what I mean? No, I had to let her get the Camry prior to that. So I don't want to be around people like that. I'll never be anything like her. You know, I actively every day go out and purposefully be another type of woman so that I'm never anything like her, you know? And I can tell you, first and foremost, the shit that comes to mind when I think about Satan is that bitch ain't got no fucking loyalty. None whatsoever. You know, she loyal to her fucking self and herself only. And that means her pockets. You know, if it ain't about that bitch and what that bitch wants, it don't matter. So I don't have room in my life. Man, I was raised by that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what the fuck that does to somebody? Like, it does this. You know what I
I
mean?
was gonna say.
This is what it does.
Yeah.
You know, like, I can't trust a bitch as far as I can throw a bitch until I trust a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I trust you, you already know how it is, BG. BG, you in every aspect of my motherfucking life. You know what I'm saying? You already know. If some money ever turn up, what, please? Hold on. That is not Honduras, bitch. I said that's BGville. All right? Do you feel me? Like, it's a scenario where if I got two, nah, baby, I got one, you got one. You know, and I only want people like that in my life. You know, like, I can't be around takers anymore because this is what it does to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Make me want to debo everybody. You know, and I can't keep getting this gangster every day. Like, it's heavy on my head. Like, I need to be able just to sit with my chill face on for a little bit, and I can't do that because I got all these fuck boys coming out the woodwork and dragging fuck girl with it. You know what I mean? And just all in my face, like fucking your homestead bitch and the motherfucking 9 kids. You know, like, I can't have all this in my face all the time, bitch. I'm trying to do my yoga over here. You don't know? Y'all affecting my anger management.
If you think about it, maybe it's by design. It's a good thing that you're not my size, because who knows how many people you would just be
Where I be stomping mud holes in motherfuckers now. Listen, I'm talking about whole city block speed level, okay? Listen here. I run through this shit like a tank, okay? Line the fuck up. Like, it just be, what? First of all, ever give me some motherfucking heft. It is on, son. I'm talking about, boy, I'll be dropping bitches like Huggy. Okay, I really would. I'd be the size of a motherfucking Buick, just running through shit. And I'm talking, you know, like, you know, the old school Buick. Okay, the old school Buick. We ain't talking the fucking LeSabre. All right, it's going down in this bitch. Like, I'm the Buick before GM went pussy. Okay. Oh shit! Like it, it really would be a giant disservice for anybody that I ever had an issue with if I was your size, Brian. For real, for real. Like, ooh, baby Jesus. In my dreams, though, I'm your size and I'm crushing bitches. I'm fucking, ooh, boy, look at here now. I'm Megatron in this motherfucker, boy. Like, I'm just bamming them out. Listen, little bitch.
Keep it in your
Walking up.
dreams. Just keep it in your dreams. Yeah, I think that's probably that was probably a wise decision. Yeah, yeah.
I'm just walking up, yanking bitches by the collar and shit, you know, just tossing them. Just
I'm trying. Oh my goodness.
Brian Jean for real though. Like I'd be like, people be like, oh, Ape, have you seen so and so? Yeah, he in a pile with the rest of the motherfuckers. Shit, go over there, sort the shit out. Like what the? Somewhere toward the bottom, he
I
pissed
mean,
me
you
off.
are in
Earth.
Florida, so I'm, just.
I mean, I'm saying like honestly, it would not ever pay for me to like, oh boy, okay, here. Let me come back in another life and be your size. I'm taking up shit from the last 5, 6 lives and handling shit. Like, I promise you, I will be Genghis Khan. You need to know. Like, there'd be some bad juju going on. Like, I'm not letting shit stand. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm taking 6, 7 centuries worth of shit with me. You know? So, ooh, bad fucking day.
Keep it in dreams, please. First, you know what? For humanity, I think. Just yeah.
Bruh, I mean, you ever fuck around and let me become a Mongolian, dude, you already know shit is bad. Like, the whole East look different. You heard me? Yeah, it would not ever fare well for me to be formidable because shit would get real ugly. You know, like, ooh, I could rock a Genghis Khan damn ponytail so quick to I'll just be slicked back, you know, just really rocking it, you know, with that little square shit happening that they like to do. Yeah, I'm talking about, bitch, I'll work a ponytail now. What? No edges, no edges. I got this. Yes, baby, yes. You heard me, it's all forehead all day, baby, all forehead all day.
There has been something I've been thinking about just in general, like between, let's say, my sister's wedding and one of my good friends, him and his girl, they just had another baby. So
Ooh,
he
oh my
has
God,
a
one wasn't
son.
enough?
Yeah,
Jesus.
he has I think I want to say, is it 2 now? I think maybe like 1.5, 2-year-old son, and then had a little girl last week.
What, they
So
couldn't afford a TV? Or what?
I,
Like, oh, Jesus. Ugh, okay,
I
anyway, go
told him,
ahead.
hey man, you got some potent shit, man. But
Yeah, you listen, carry sanitizer because those things got a lot of germs and they'll put their mouth on you and they carry stuff. Just sanitize. Okay. Okay. Anyway, go
um,
ahead.
so yeah, he told me I think I texted him about something else, and he said, the baby had come, I think, like a month early, because
Ooh.
I was expecting it the girl to come in sometime in November, and yeah, I just happened to be texting him last week, and he's like, yeah, I'm in the hospital, I'm like, what happened? What happened? But I mean, baby girl's fine, healthy and
Okay, cool,
everything.
cool.
But yeah, so I was, oh man, congratulations. As soon as you get settled in, I'll call you. We'll talk about it and everything. Um, but we're the same age, and it just every once in a
Oh
while
no.
I
Oh
get
no. You starting to feel in a family way. Is that what you're doing? You want to settle down. You want to put
uh,
down some
not
roots.
so much with like the kids aspect of it, but just like asking myself, where where am I as far as like just settling down in one place. Like forget people, just like in one place and like actually living there for more than a couple years, you know. And I came to the
Okay.
conclusion that I'm not there yet. I still enjoy my
See,
lifestyle.
here's
There
here's
are
my
a number of things that I want to accomplish first before I get settled down. So it was more just kind of uh, just kind of a
it's a
check-in
hindrance.
on my status, I guess, for lack of a better term.
Brian,
Yep.
here's my thought on you settling down and being in the family way. Okay. Brangie, do you know we've had the financial discussion? Okay. You don't trust a hoe as far as you can throw a hoe when it comes to your dollar bills. You are very much like myself in that respect. That is the one area that we are quite similar. I don't trust these hoes with my dollars. These hoes don't mind my dollars the same way I mind my fucking dollars. Matter of fact, I don't even let them babysit my dollars. You understand what I'm saying? All my dollars finna come with me wherever I go. If my dollars can't get in, bitch, I ain't coming. Okay? Like, I can't leave my dollars unattended. I'm not gonna put them in the playpen and just let them, wander the fuck. No, they're going with me. Okay? You're very much the same way because you worked hard on that credit score. You ain't finna just sit and, you know what? You know what I think I'll do today? You go on and just take my credit score out, okay? Let it play at the part with the other credit scores, okay? It's all right if it gets a little mangled. If it don't come back in the same condition, that's cool. Scrape knees, all that shit. That's fine, baby. I trust you. No hell you don't. No hell. Look, let that bitch walk in with a 695. See, if somebody don't give me a call, bring that nail gun and gas gun. This bitch don't. 695. Hey, that's what she walked through the door with. Okay, the bitch walked in with a 695 like that was gonna fly. I told her. Just keep an eye on it. Oh, she kept an eye on it. All right. Just watch the steady decline. It's disgusting. I'm disgusted with this bitch. I'm be like, ooh, that's a bad scenario right there, BMan. Like, let me put all my dollars in my pocket real quick, get them all packed up, and I'll be on my way, okay? Because this shit is unacceptable. You know what I'm saying? Like I can see you happily with somebody who is just as fucking ridiculous about it as you are. Okay. Listen, this bitch better be I'm talking about when her credit score changes, like it triggers some shit sound like a fire alarm in the house. Okay. Like it's set up to all the smoke alarms, like your car alarm going off. Like I'm talking about, oh shit. Y'all hear that? What would be your credit score? Jesus Christ, you hear that shit 4 blocks away. You think they cut them fucking sirens off. Like, she better be serious about it like you. Because you did not come all this way in your life to marry a bitch that's got a fucking 512. Okay? Did you?
There's a part two to this. Now
Okay.
I knew you were gonna go off,
All right. All
so
right.
I expected that. So whenever one of my friends like passes a particular like milestone that they've been striving towards or some kind of life event, I do take stock. I just think, okay, I mean, first of all, happy for them, of course, whether it be marriage, whether it be kid, whatever it is, buying a new house, whatever it is, happy for them. And then, as I said, I take stock and think, okay, where am I? Kind of reassessing what my goals are.
Inventorying the room of Brian.
Inventory.
Yeah.
So
I got you, boo.
So as I said, I still, I have a few clear goals that I'm trying to accomplish.
Right.
And then as far as like domestically, I very much enjoy, as you said, like living by myself, living like independently, like my business is my business alone. And I, my trust issues are like the sentiment is the same. The reasons are a little different. Like I've never been cheated on per se, but I've had
Well, but
somebody
God knows
break.
it would have been easier if she did. Jesus Christ. I mean, I wish she would have just cheated.
You know what? It would have made.
Bitch,
You're
please,
right.
why couldn't you get on your back like all these other hoes? Good God, you crazy bitch.
But in terms of just having like trust broken,
Sure.
yeah, times 10, you know.
Yeah.
So I just and like I said, like I'm very particular about, you know, like just how I have just everything else set up, you know.
Yep.
So yeah, that really hasn't changed. But yeah, you know, every once in a while, you just take stock and just look around and say, okay, is everything
Inventory the room of Brian.
going the way that I want it to, or you know, so and you know what, I like I mean my friend's little son, I mean he's just like you, little Anthony Jr. Being fun uncle is great. I like being fun
See?
uncle. Fun uncles.
You're me. You're me, Brian G. Okay. Think long and hard about what we're about to say next, because in another 10 years, Brian, okay, being the fun uncle, you'll have a cute little nickname. You know what I'm saying? You can't be Uncle Meow, but you know, you be some, you know, relevant term to yourself, you know, show up at all the good time events, you know, basically got a couple dogs, you know, thrown into your work constantly. But that's okay. We can still call Uncle at your job and tell him thank you for the present. Brian, I've been living this life now some years, okay? Aunt Meow, the sparkly ant, okay? You got to remember, when you orient yourself to this type of lifestyle, it's hard to go back. It's so hard. It's hard to go back. I'm gonna tell you what, Brian. I don't like a motherfucker in my face. I don't like them in my face. I don't like them in my hair. I don't like them really even walking on the tile. You know what I'm saying? Because you're leaving footprints, bitch. That's what you're doing. I don't like it. You know, you ain't dragging a rag along behind you or nothing. You're nasty. You're filthy. Get out the house. You know, I feel like that. I do. And it's a dangerous thing to become accustomed to. You know, once you have the mindset that, you know what, uh, it's not lonely being alone. The solitude is fucking comforting, especially after I go out in the world all day and whoop it everybody's ass in the business arena, you know, and then come home and count my motherfucking bread, you know, like I don't really want to be dealing with none of you motherfuckers, you know. And it's so easy to now look at me though, you know, like honestly, I love everything about my life. But then there are those times, and you can read it when I write it, you know, the lonely don't feel so good, you know, and I reminisce about when I wasn't, you know, and the things that I could have done or should have done or what I didn't say, you know, and I hate those fucking times, you know, because they do get to. So remember, before you assign yourself the fun uncle, you know, which you're going to be that anyway, you know, because God knows Sarah going to have some cute ass little babies for us to play with. I'm so excited. But, you know, it's something that you need to remember is so hard to go back, you know. That's one reason why the broad out there in H-Town, I put an ass whooping on her so fucking fast, you know, not because she's a crazy fucking junkie, you know, because she really fucking put you on the path to being anything like me, because that's not the path that you were on. You know what I'm saying? Like you was raised right. You know what I'm saying? Your people ain't like this. You know, like you shouldn't be taking personality tests on a phone. You know what I mean? Like that was not that wasn't your life, Brian. And this bitch brought that dumbass fucking juju around, and now I got a Genghis Khan the hoe. You know, and that's honestly,
if I could say any fucking thing about that bitch, that's the shit that makes me mad, you know, is that you took somebody that didn't have to be any part of the shit that I am and put him directly in that fucking path because you an asshole. You know, you a fucking asshole. And I'm telling you now, if we ever run into her, I'm whooping her fucking ass. So that's just all there is to it. You can go on clear the fuck out, but I'm a drag that hoe because she done fucked up. You know, and it's there's certain things in life that you can't come back from. You know, you'll never hear me talk about putting my hands on somebody for some dumbass shit. You know, I don't give a fuck about this hoe sleeping with this dumbass fuck boy. I don't care about none of these bitches that's out here, you know, I don't know, double accounting for their welfare or whatever the fuck they do. I don't care about that shit. Okay. What I do care about is if he was bad to my people. Okay. If he was bad to my dog, that's an ass whooping right off rip, you know, because there's no other way to get you back to the point where you understand that it is not advisable to bring that bullshit around here. Like it's not. It's highly inadvisable. Like I wouldn't do it, you know. That's bitches, they cakewalk because they're so used to motherfuckers letting shit go. Well, I'm the bitch that don't let shit go. I'm a straight man, you know, and that's how I got to this point in my life, you know, where I'm done taking the bullshit. I'm straightening shit. And now here I am, you know, and it's a good life, B, because I don't have to fucking wipe nobody footprints off the tile, you know, but there are those days where I wish to God, you know, that things had gone differently with the baby, with, you know, whatever, that my life had not taken that fucking turn, you know, because I had overcome so much, you know, and really I was doing everything I could to build that picket fence. And then that bitch caught fire, you know, and I said, fuck it. Once it's ash, I ain't rebuilding, you know. So you still in the stage where it ain't ash. You know what I'm saying? You can still, you know, yeah, we'll throw some little posts down in there, you know, give us some little extra support and whatnot, shit, you know. But I mean, you can go on, put you some slats up there, it's gonna hold, you know. And I want you to remember that, you know, that you don't want to be standing there looking at a fucking smoldering fence and wondering what the fuck you doing 30 years from now. Feel me?
Well, that's the reason that I take stock, uh, you know, every now and again, because I expect at some point that my feelings will start to change. Like, say in 2017, for example, like I was still very much traumatized, even though it had happened about 2013 is when all the shit went down. But like I essentially was running. I was running.
Yeah, yeah.
And I look at it, let's say, you know, 3 years from 2017 now, and I feel like I'm actually like I'm establishing and have established really some roots here, and like that I feel definitely feel a lot more comfortable in my own skin than I did then, you know.
Of course
So
you do.
I've seen a progression from
You've come so far, Brian, but here's the thing. You still got the specters that come out of the woodwork every now and then. It's like, it's been 7 years, BG. You still don't have any form of social media where that bitch can search you at all. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna let that shit creep back up, you know, and you're very guarded with essentially everything, you know. You are so in your business life, it's fucking amazing. Obviously, look at you go. You know what I'm saying? But your personal life, you know, and that's where you got to be able to either put it down fully, you know, and say, you know what, I've let this trauma go. Okay, I'm gonna just go on and put myself out there and fuck it. You know, if it happens, it happens. You know what I'm saying? I'll be broken. but I'll recover, you know, or you got to take the path that I did, which is none of you motherfuckers are getting anywhere near me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got shit for you. Okay. Don't come around here like I'm about to have anything emotional. You can eat a bag of dicks is what you can do, you know? So, and it is fully one way or the other, you know, I worry sometimes, you know, that you won't be able to fully recover from it. And I know that even after 7 years, you know, it's the thought of that bitch being anywhere near your business is, you know what I mean? Like, you already know I'll stomp her ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not even a fucking problem. You know, like, if she ever even typed your name into a search engine, I'm popping the fuck up on her screen. Like, hold up, ho, who the fuck is you? You know what I mean? Like, serious, it's that curious, you know, but I don't want you to, you know, I don't want you to always think about that trauma in the terms of how your life is going to go relationship wise. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? You know, I want you to be cool with moving forward, you know, and know that I've got you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never got to worry about no fuck shit like that again. I promise you. Yeah, if you don't think this bitch will show up, no, shit. You need a motherfucking no. Like, look, I'll be on the first motherfucking flight. And I'm talking about they ain't got enough airport security to keep me the fuck off that bitch. So, do you feel me? Like,
Yeah.
it's never gonna happen that way. Okay? You know, and just know that, you know, that, you know, as long as you got a strong team, man, they really ain't nobody that can fuck with you. And that's why all I do is build a strong team every fucking day. You feel me? I spend all my life weeding out these fuckheads so it can all be cool, you know, and know that, you know, I sit on your team, BG, you know, and honestly, you really don't need too much else because I'm Optimus Prime in this motherfucker. You heard me? So, like, it's.
No, you're right, and I don't know. I don't know uh, when or if that time will come. I really don't. I couldn't even give you any kind of prediction of any kind as far as
Okay.
that
Well,
goes.
hold on. My averages are right in between Jesus and Nostradamus, so I could probably take a stab at it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, you know, my numbers are real good. So it will happen when it's time. And you know this, you know, and you know how I feel about things. There is something bigger than us, and it's written in the cards already. You know, you just don't know how that last shuffle is going to work out for your hand, you know. But I already know that you are good people. Therefore, eventually, you're going to attract your tribe, you know. You already have. I mean, everybody adores you, Brian. You just have to be able to sort out the motherfuckers that are loyal and those that don't have any business even uttering your name, you know. And I know that eventually your tribe is going to come to you. You know, I firmly believe that. I really do. And when that day occurs and you know, she can actually tolerate me, you know what I'm saying? Then we know we've met somebody awesome, you know? But until that happens, you know, feel free to hang out over here in the cool aunt and uncle section because we real good people over here, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sparkly and shit, you know, I'm over here meowing with the kids. Like, shit's really going down nicely in this corner, you know? But I don't, you know, I don't want you to become disheartened, you know, and get like I get at 4 in the morning on random Tuesdays, you know, when I let too much shit get in my head. You know, you take inventory of the room of Brian, you know how awesome it is, you know. I mean, there's fucking sticky notes on shit like what labels done been printed. Nobody hand wrote those motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like my shit just thrown together. You know, like no, bitch, you print the label for thee, okay? You know what I mean? It's put together in just that way so that when the bitch with the fucking credit score that's wired to the fucking smoke detectors comes along, you know what I mean? Y'all will know one another. She'll be like, oh my God, this is the most well put together stockroom I have seen in ages. And I'm just gonna be like, oh my Jesus, have you met Brian? Like, y'all need to talk, you know? And that's honestly, I know it's going to happen. I know it is. So you just keep doing what you do, you know, and that anal and uptight record keeping bitch is gonna come along and she's gonna be everything you need her to be, you know. But you know, she's out here wondering the same thing, Brian. She's literally sitting wherever the fuck she's at, you know, with somebody who disorganized all her little shit, you know, and you know, fucking took her Nancy Drews out of order and left the shit like dog-eared on the damn page and oh honey, she having a fit, you know, and and she's wondering, where is that dude that I have been waiting for? You know, I know he would never dog ear my Nancy Drew. I know he, you know, he would totally understand why I've got my credit score wired into my car alarm. You know, he would be on point. And she's right. You would, you know, and that's gonna happen. I believe that for you. I do. Know that when I write those things, I ain't bullshitting. You'll meet the broad that makes you a superhero. You'll tie your fucking cape on. I'll come and do that thing I do where I blotted my eyes with $100 bill, you know, that I picked up from the strippers. And, you know, and it'll be a day, you know. But until then, you know, we gotta do what we do, you know, and look out for one another. Because unfortunately you're stuck with me. I'm sorry about your luck, but my personality test ain't say shit about having to fucking leave you alone. So you just kind of out of luck. You feel me? They ain't really got talking laws, this kind of shit. So, you know.
Well, you know, I do believe that at that it'll happen at some point. But I also, you know, I'm still on the path of like just self-improvement in all aspects, you know. And there was a time, this would have been I don't know, maybe 2015, 2016 or so, when I was like actively like looking, like dating people and like, you know, just trying. But I felt like I wasn't ready at that time. No, I was not, because I mean, whatever level is above paranoid, that's where I was. I was looking for reasons to leave. Like, you hold on, you sneeze in the wrong direction, I'm out. I can't say, you know, I'm done. So I wasn't ready at that time, you know. And I at least I'll give myself credit for this. At least I had the wherewithal to understand that, you know.
Sure.
So, and that's part of the reason why I've, you know, like put so much time into the job and just general self-improvement. Is because I want, you know, I told myself I wanted to make myself, or make myself feel better about myself. That doesn't sound right. Feel better about myself is a better way to put it. And just improve as much as I can on an individual level. And I feel like, yeah, I'm still well on that path. There's still, you know, some more things to go, of course, but in general, like I'm feeling happy with like where I'm going as far as that goes. And yeah, and whenever that moment comes, when I feel either the person, or I feel like I'm, you know, more I guess open to get myself out there, it's going to happen. I'm not
when you're
going
a
to
little
force it.
more when you're a little more ready to have your pages dog-eared. You know what I mean? It's
yeah, but it's like I'm not going to like force it before I'm ready. But when I'm ready, it'll happen. You know.
Sure. And of course it will. You know, like you're still a baby. You know what I'm saying? You're just a baby. You're a little baby. Babies don't know shit. you know. But that's what I tell the dogs all the time. You fucking babies don't know nothing, you little babies, you know. But oh my God, Brian, you know what just came across my screen? Ancient history fuckboy just sent me a picture. I don't know, some outdoor, I have no idea. At least it wasn't a dick pic, thank God. Why is this happening? Blech. Oh God, I'm nauseated. I can't. I'm gonna need some soda water. This is terrible. I'm gonna have to change my phone number, my name, quite possibly my country of origin. I don't know what else I can do to potentially shut down this goddamn pipeline that's opened up. Christ. Okay, so here's what I have to say. Good people always find their tribe. That's the moral of the story. Okay. If you don't find the member of your tribe that's meant to be your partner, you find the member of your tribe that's meant to be your motherfucking defensive line, your back, you whatever you need at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody that belongs on your team has a place on your team, you know? And as long as you know your roster, you golden, you solid, you know? I know mine, you know? I got you, I got Rachel, you know what I'm saying? First of all, that's enough, okay? I dare you motherfuckers to try that, you know? Secondly, you know you better than anybody, you know? I mean, I know enough about you to know the points that are serious with you. You know what I'm saying? I also know enough to know that, you know, there's a set way to address shit with you, you know, which is cool because there's a set way to address shit with me. It's just polar fucking opposite. You know what I'm saying? But the two of us together, you know, I ain't gonna let shit go down. And I know you're not either, you know? So you always find that part of your tribe that you need at that time, you know? And I like to believe that that's what I am for you as well, you know? However, if it turns out, you know, that you know, you are meant to be on Team Cool Uncle, yes the fuck what, boy? You get to sit with my sparkly motherfucking ass. Woo-hoo-hoo! You know? It's always fun because we get to leave those little bastards crying, you know, and take the fuck off. And it's cool, you know, like I hop them up on sugar, like I let them just go ham in this bitch, you know. I'm like, ooh, God, y'all gonna be a fucking nightmare to deal with. See y'all later, you know. And it's like the heavens opened up and smiled on me and said, here's your consolation prize. Why, thank you. You know, so either way, we're gonna be cool, you know. And I I'm to the point now where, especially since the fuckboy pipeline opened up like Exxon fucking Valdez around this bitch, like I can't handle the constant pollution that's coming from this motherfucking pipeline. We gonna need to go on and close this hole right on off. You heard me? It's got to go. Like, I don't know what we're going. I mean, can we calf creep this bitch, or what can we do? Like, I need my whiteboard. We're gonna do some dimensions quickly. I can give you the footage I need on the concrete today. You know, so you'll either be on Team Cool Uncle, or you be over there doing that shit, you know, with the cape and the whatnot. And I'll send you a fucking, you know, I don't know, a gift card to fucking Bed Bath and Beyond. Y'all do that type of shit, and that's cool, you know, that'll be your shit. But you know what I mean? It's yeah, I ain't gonna meet you there. You know what I'm saying? I give you the gift card, that's cool. Y'all go get some towels, whatever the fuck, you know. But I don't want to be nowhere at 9 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. That's not my thing, you know. I'm good. I'm gravy, actually. But while y'all there, pick me up some K cups for my Keurig, you know. So you know, it's going to work out the way I really do believe that, Brian. I believe that we do get dealt one hand, and we just have to figure out, how the cards were actually supposed to lay when they came to us, before that dealer fucked shit up, So you'll get your hand sorted out, and just remember it always runs lowest to highest, Let that ace stand in for the two, and we're good, So it's gonna be exactly the way it's meant to be when it's over, and I know that. Regardless of whether or not you know that yet, I know that. So, and I know every fucking thing. I don't know if you've noticed, but if you ask a bitch face, she'll tell you exactly what his little stupid ass problem is. So, like, I know everything. I am the all-knowing. Well, except for Black Jesus, but I mean, listen, like, really, what do you want from me? I mean, you're much calmer. You absorb a lot more than I do. What can I say? You're not constantly fucking freaking out. You can actually pick up on the scenery. I mean, Jesus. Hard to do, all this anger. You know what I mean? Like, it's man, I'm so fucking pissed about this pipeline, this dude messaging me at 2:00 in the morning, Brian. What does that say? That says covered, smothered, scattered, is what it says. Hey, bitch, come over here and let me treat you like some Waffle House. No, bitch, no. I don't listen, you greasy spoon. Like, I'm not with your trash ass shit. Like, what is really fucking happening here, Brunchy? I'm about to get my straightener and go to straighten. That's what it is. Bitches have been allowed to skate. Now they got to get put into place, Brunchy. I'm about to take the fucking gloves off. Knuckle up. We bare knuckling into this bitch. Now,
business.
That's what I got to do. So if you get a call about bond from anyone, I'll go on and forward you the info for my credit card. You just post for me, okay? So, like, it's 2:00 in the fucking morning, Brian. It's disrespectful as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, he knew before he even said that shit, exactly how it was gonna piss me off. Now I can't react because then I'm feeding into his dumb shit. You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
Brian G.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying? Now, what's that say? Oh, I'm gonna disrespect you and make it to where you can't even come at me about it. Ooh, you pussy bitch. Now I'm mad. Now I'm real mad.
I can see it.
Because not only did you disrespect me, but you tied my hands. That's the ultimate in disrespect. It is. He may as well fucking, I don't know, swatted my ass when he walked by and called me a whore. Like, bitch, it's the equivalent. Either way, I can't really do nothing about it. What am I gonna do? Stand here and whoop your ass for it? Probably not, but I'm damn sure try, but I'm only 5'2". So he said, I mean, boy, in my dreams tonight, I'm kicking your fucking ass. So that's that. That's my thought. You look tired.
I was gonna say I'm gonna get a
You need some rest.
bit of sleep,
Yeah.
and then
Yep.
be on my way tomorrow morning.
All right. Well, I already hooked up the new episode, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just go on, upload the audio to the library, and then I do that thing I do, cutting and scratching. So
All right. Got it.
Get some rest because you look tired, okay? And I promise you I won't whoop nobody's ass in my dreams tonight that don't deserve it.
Okay.
All right, Brian G.
All right, talk to you later.
Good night.
Night.
Hey y'all, it's Macon here. Just letting y'all know, get ready. 1-800-FUCKBOY, the ebook, will be coming y'all's way in December, just in time for the holidays.